Hello and welcomes everyone, AnthWolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as my Sith Inquisitor Veriia here, on board our Fury-type Interceptor. Now, quick disclaimer, it's been a couple of weeks since I recorded any of this series. I've been putting some time into Doom 2016, I've been putting time into just playing Overwatch, mostly non-recorded. Even though over the past weekend I have recorded a few games for the channel. But yeah, I did promise myself I'd get back into playing my Sith Inquisitor, continuing with her main storyline, perhaps taking her into the expansions at the end of Chapter 3, which we're just beginning. And then of course, perhaps switching over to a member of the Galactic Republic and playing as a trooper. At this point in time I haven't done that, but it is something on my mind and it has been requested a couple of times, and I also mentioned it in my June 2016 Let's Talk video, which I released over the past, it was 5 days ago now. You'll notice it tends to be a habit of mine to timestamp my videos, even though people may watch these videos in months or maybe years in the future. You never know, depending on how long the YouTube service runs and how, obviously, copyright and such changes over time. But yeah, before we, obviously, at the end of the final video, we confronted Darth Thanaton, who was kind of our better. I don't think he's part of the Sith Council, part of Dark Council, but he's definitely high up there. And he was the master of, obviously, Darth Zash, our master, of course, or mistress, whichever way you want to call it. And in confronting him, after forcefully binding Sith apparitions, we were able to overcome his defenses, but we lost control of the Force ghosts within ourselves. And if we look at the mission here, yeah, our attempt to defeat Darth Thanaton backfired when you lost control of the power you took from the Force walking ritual. Now your body is ravaged and you can no longer control the ghosts in your mind. You must find a cure before Darth Thanaton realizes you are alive. Darth Zash, who's obviously currently half possessing the body of Kem Val, has noticed missing research in her collection that may help you. She suggested that Thanaton must be hiding something within his private library in the Sith Sanctum on the capital Kaas city on Dromund Kaas, which is where we'll be going next. Before we do that though, we'll speak to our companions here on board the Fury, and then we'll go from there. See what we learned from Darth Thanaton's private library. And hopefully he doesn't realise we're still alive and that we weren't killed through the Force ritual. Let's have a quick look at my legacy. Imperial classes, yes, as a Sith Inquisitor, because we completed Chapter 2, we've unlocked the Inquisitor emote, and we've now unlocked the Sith Inquisitor, like 60-minute hourly buff for all characters on this account. Which means when I use Mark of Power, or any buff for any class, Galactic Republic are part of the Sith Empire, we will gain all 4 of the primary class buffs for all my characters now, which gives them a little bit of a boost. You'll notice there that Veriia's health, for example, jumped from 57,000 to 59 due to the Hunter's Boon endurance buffing buff. Buffing buff? We'll go with it. So, let's get talking to our companions and see if they have any feedback for us, or if they have any matters we need to look into.
Hey, Sith. We make a pretty good team. I was thinking I might take off after I found Reich, but the old job just doesn't sound quite as appealing.
Well, we always need a pilot.
I'd be honored to have you with me.
Maybe sometime I'll take you out into open space, show you the thrill of lying in wait for a big freighter and a big payoff. I may be out of the game, but my skills are sharper than ever.
Ah, so Andronicus is kind of getting comfortable here with us. Good. Let's all he had to say. Oh, I forgot we got Talos Strelic now in our party. We picked him up. Was it on Taris? No, it was on Hoth we picked him up. We'll speak to Kelm next.
Usatida sin fara alaim ja'al in ima jahaban iten.
I only did what was best for you.
Meet gana wistrod al ima in the pinai guden. Warstwe godzai akran by Rwandans ja wanjantans in ufkunpa. Patay kuibanist. Ni fragile Frau Jan. Kup pinana.
You can't let her get the upper hand.
Ja galvanize in alaim wakran jam. Swaiwai silbans in iswish. Paman ik alkas jam. Guidis intis isvares.
That's right, while we were on Hoth, Kemval had a vision that Chulok's Horde's bones had been taken from his... I always want to say sarcophagus. And we found them, and it turns out that Darth Zash was the one responsible, hoping that when she possessed our body, and obviously got rid of us, she was going to use the bones of Chulok Horde to bind Kemval to her will. We ended up destroying the bones, cause otherwise, to break the barrier to get the bones, Kemval would have had to weaken himself, potentially allowing Zash to take full control of his body. And he didn't like us for doing that at the time, but he seems to have come round. Every time we talk to Ashara, we tend to annoy her. We always choose the wrong option, but let's see what she has to say this time. Is she starting to come round to the dark side, or is she still adamant that what we're doing is wrong?
My lord, I've been studying the Sith code lately, and I'm wondering what you think of the line, "Peace is a lie." There doesn't seem to be a lot of room for interpretation, but I know you are an ardent proponent of peace.
There's a difference between complacency and genuine peace.
The Jedi are not complacent. When it is necessary, we act. The Jedi Code is the core of our philosophy. We learn it by heart, and it's the foundation of everything we do. But I guess it's different for the Sith. The Sith Code is more a description than a guide.
A Sith is the ultimate individual. There are as many different Sith philosophies as there are Sith.
What about the Emperor? And the Dark Council? I thought they governed the Sith.
The Emperor has not been heard from in a long time.
It can't go on like that, you know. How can there be peace with the Sith Empire when every Sith does their own thing? This task we've taken gets more difficult every day.
To be fair, peace in the Empire isn't really something that's happening. There's strength in constant conflict. Tell us how you're settling in.
If you don't mind my asking, how is it you became Sith, my lord? The process is completely foreign to me. I had a brother who was Force-sensitive. Darth Ma came and took him to Korriban, but we didn't hear from him again after that. Ungrateful little rat thinks he's too good for us now, my father said. But really, I think he just missed him.
Well. Ouch. All these options could have repercussions. We'll go with the first one, why not?
Most of the people who go to Korriban to become Sith die in training.
You don't know my brother. He never took no for an answer. We Drellic boys might not look like much, but we fight back. Father always wanted one son in the Sith and one in the military. Admittedly, the Imperial Reclamation Service wasn't his first choice, but after all the cursing stopped, I think he warmed up to the idea.
What did your father have against the Imperial Reclamation Service?
The Drellics are a proud family line, and my father is simply the proudest of the lot. The Imperial Reclamation Service shores up the Empire's foundations against the flood of forgetfulness and misinformation that threatens our history. I'd like to see a fighter pilot establish the lineage of a 3,000-year-old Sith Lord with nothing but rocks and a dead language.
I've worked with the Reclamation Service on Tatooine, so I'm not going to mock Talos, and he did help us out. As long as he's happy, and we keep him in line.
I have always believed that knowledge will ultimately win out over the lightsaber and the blaster.
Thank you, my lord. It is my honor to serve.
You see, we can be manipulative. Okay, and that's everyone. Hey, we gain an influence rank with Talos there.
Hail to the Emperor! More importantly, hail to you, Master.
Yeah, I'm glad you've got your priorities correct, 2V. I'd hate for something to happen to you. Okay, let's go to Kaas City. We can use one of our legacy items to go to the capital world. Yeah, that's the right one. Indeed. Keep forgetting I have that sacrifice ability to steal my companion's health to heal us. I may want to be using that in the future if things go badly. So yeah, we need to head back to the Citadel, more importantly the Sith Sanctum, and I think Thanaton's private library was on the left hand side. I've never been in there before. I think it is a Sith Inquisitor only area, and we're going into this blind from, well, we have been going into this blind since the end of Chapter 1. At this point in time, I think in the case of the Imperial Agent, I think for all the classes, going into Chapter 3, the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire have officially went to war with one another. Once again, the Treaty of Coruscant has been broken. I can't remember, there's a lot of reasons for why it may have occurred. Oh, hello, this is different. We'll have a look at that. That might be the PvP symbol. Map. PvP missions. Oh, okay. There's a lot of reasons why the Treaty of Coruscant may have been broken. For the Imperial Agent, from what I remember, there was that third group of operatives which were working to destabilize both the Republic and the Empire, who fabricated an attack on, was it a kind of like a mining facility? And they surrendered to the Empire, but then the Empire apparently killed all the civilians, which caused the Republic to stand up for innocence, the right to defend the weak and all that such, and then openly declared war on the Empire once again, if I remember correctly, which I may not have. Something like that, though. So we need to get to the library. Actually, we don't have a companion. We should probably take Val with us, because Zash will know what we're apparently looking for. And yeah, you can be a damage dealer, that's fine. Do I remember all of my abilities? Let's have a quick refresher. Lightning Bolt, replace Lightning Strike. I can't remember how I used to work all my abilities in together, the different procs, but it'll probably all come back to me rather quickly. It's only been a couple of weeks. I should mark I am playing this at 5:35 AM. I haven't slept. Well, I slept from between like 9 PM to midnight. So apologies if I ramble slightly. I am a little bit tired. Sith Inquisitor phase, okay. Okay, so it's not a big area. This layout reminds me slightly of the Sith Academy on Korriban. Now, is there anyone going to be here to stop us? Apparently so. Let's see. I was going to say, let's see if we can bluff them. As long as Darth Thanaton doesn't find out we're here.
Stop right there. Sorry, my lord, but you're not allowed in here.
You will let me in. I'm welcome here.
We will let you in. You're welcome here. Thanaton keeps his most useful holocrons on the far wall. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you took one.
Thank you, Guard Captain. You're so very helpful. You're probably going to be killed by Thanaton when he realizes you've let us in here. But then that's not my problem. I imagine if we hadn't bluffed him, we would have been killing all of these library guards. Ooh. Oh well, let's just go do some investigation. Tablet covered with a scratching of an ancient language. There's some holocrons up here. Doesn't look like there's anything we can interact with. Let's check my sound preferences. 2 moments. Yeah, that looks fine. It's another ancient tablet. Ooh, hello. The writings of Darth Thanaton. We're definitely looking for those. Let's have a look at this tablet first of all. And then we'll have a look upstairs first before we look at these writings. Description of lightsaber forms written by Tulak Horde. Interesting. Okay, don't mind me. I'm just gonna look at these writings. After perusing the many writings, you find volume 2397 of the writings of Darth Thanaton. Voices growing more persistent. You must find cure soon. Having trouble concentrating. I've heard that a new species on a planet called Voss knows healing rituals far beyond our own. Must go and find out. The ritual is real, but these strange aliens will not share it. They are secretive, private, and they have no respect for the power of a Sith. They worship their mystics and follow their every command. My voices grow louder by the day. So we learned from Darth Thanaton that the Voss potentially have healing rituals, but they don't respect the Sith. Is there something up here? Apparently so. Oh, hello. Darth Aratus.
The ritual I performed was too much power too quickly. I am disintegrating rapidly. I have begun to drain parts of my power into holocrons, though it is only a temporary solution. My research points to a cure, almost too amazing to fathom, but I must try, and I must succeed. It will require going into the heart of Belsavis, a place so racked with chaos I shudder to think of going. Still, no time for hesitation. I go now, or not at all.
Interesting. So we've learned about a cure possibly on Belsavis as well. So we need to return to our ship. Oh well, we can easily do that by using our legacy once again. Saves us from having to walk out and be interrupted by Darth Thanaton, perhaps. Here we are.
Have I mentioned recently how much I enjoy serving you? I am a lucky droid, Master.
Mm-hmm.
I found some things that look relevant.
Excellent. It will take some time for Ashara and I to study these. In the meantime, you may want to check in on Harker. Make certain he knows you're alive, and that he shouldn't take any liberties with the trials.
I know better than to trust my apprentice with you.
Don't worry. Your little Jedi girl is smart. She keeps me at better than arm's length.
I did forget that we were meant to be selecting an apprentice back on Korriban. Sure, we might as well travel there in this video as well. Why not? Let's leave Dromund Kaas. Back at the seat of the Empire. It's actually nearby. Here we are. Right, get ourselves down to the planet's surface once again. We'll have to use the orbital station. Let's see, who should we take? Actually, we'll take Talos with us. Why not?
Cuerpos.
I'm ready when you are.
If you were saying Ashara and Zash were poring over the relevant articles we picked from the private library, we might as well take Talos with us. He's never been to the Sith Academy before. Might as well show him around. That's one hell of a name. Hawkins in the same place he always is. Let's see if any of the aspirants are still alive. After all, we know how our own training went.
Time for death, Twi'lek.
Kava tupa stumpa, makingsa.
Quiet, both of you. You know your trial. Now go. lord. You just missed the latest trial. As you can see, we have a wild group. All except the human. He was surprisingly quick to die.
Through no interference of yours, I trust?
These wretches can get themselves killed without my help. My credits are on the three-eyed one, personally. Uglier than my twisted Sith grandmother, but he has the same determined glint you had.
Oh. Yeah, but we can choose a preference. Now, I don't want to confuse player knowledge with character knowledge. So I'll just agree. Harkon's obviously been with them longer than I have.
I wouldn't bet against him.
You know, I'm starting to enjoy working with these misshapen freaks. At least it's never boring. While you're here, is there anything particular you want to accomplish with these trials? Many Sith Lords use the Acolytes to gather things from the tombs for them.
I'll give you free reign.
I leave their trials to your judgment, Harkon.
I'll contact you when they are on their last trial, so that you can arrive in time for the results.
We could have asked for more artifacts, and I'm sure you could have found something. Back to the ship once again. Right, what have you learned?
Zash and I have been looking over the information you recovered from Thanaton's library.
Any truth to the rumors there's a big old Republic prison on Belsavis?
I heard something of that from Master Ryan, but I didn't want to believe it.
Unfortunately, Belsavis looks like the most promising lead. Darth Thanaton went there seeking a cure for the deterioration of his body. It sounds like precisely the thing you need.
What are you trying to say?
I hope you can tell me more than that. I don't like going in blind.
My knowledge is limited, but I'll brief you once we dock with the Belsavis space station.
Fair enough then. Belsavis it is. Okay, travel to Belsavis. Okay, we might as well break this video here. And when we come back, we might as well start afresh, going to a whole new world. See, do I need to do anything prior to that? Not really. Nothing's on my mind. What we'll probably do is similar to what we did on the Chapter 2 worlds. We'll look at assisting Imperial efforts on the main world story arc. But we probably won't do any of the side or heroic missions unless I feel like doing them off camera. Because I kept saying when I think I was on Hoth, I would have done the... Was it Hoth? Yeah, I think it might have been Hoth. And Taris, I would have done the heroics off camera. And I didn't end up doing them, but I can pick them up easily enough and using the heroic transports complete them relatively quickly. So yeah, we'll just do the main storyline. And obviously the main story arc for each world we visit. And of course the first one is Belsavis. So yeah, as I say, I'll end this video here. This of course has been AnthWolf, playing Star Wars The Old Republic. As always, feel free to comment if you so wish. And I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, no. Bye bye now.